This is a very short practice that focuses on the knees. One of my favorite yoga expressions is skill in action. And the skill is the effort and the care that we take into coming to these poses. In this short practice, let's apply that skill in our actions. Come to a lunge position. And for some of us, supporting the back knee in this position is quite important. So as you take your back knee to a blanket or a towel, step your right foot forward and just come to a lunge. As you draw your tailbone down, and you'll get kind of a lifting quality from the pubic bone to the navel, just kind of bob in just slightly. So you're not going too deep. We're just putting a little bit of pressure on the knee in this practice, just working on getting the knee joint just a little bit more flexibility and strength. So you're just drawing in again as you take the tailbone down and lift from the navel, almost like you're drawing from the pubic bone to the navel to get this nice tone. You're just kind of rocking forward and back. Your back toes are really working, they're drawing down into the earth and pulling to the midline of your lunge stance. Come back to all fours position. Let's trade sides now. As you step your left foot forward, same thing, you can cushion the back knee if you'd like. You draw down from the waistline to the tailbone and get this lifting quality from the pubic bone to the navel. And you start with the knee right over the ankle and just drop in just slightly, while applying just a little pressure on the back toes. You're just kind of allowing yourself this steadiness, this very skillful, slow action. Just a little weight on the knee. And that's just allowing you to bring your attention to strengthen and bring just slightly more power to the back leg. More awareness there. And one more cycle. Before coming out of the pose and come to all fours position. You can take your blanket aside and let's come up to stand. As you make your way to standing position, step your right foot forward and bend both your right knee and bend your left knee while still keeping the back heel down. So you might have to have a very short stance to do this. This stretches your soleus muscle that has a lot of impact on supporting the knee and the back leg. With the front knee bent, inhale, you do a rather awkward feeling Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1 pose. So keep your back knee bent and exhale, just release your hands and come toward a straight leg. Do this 2 more cycles here. Inhale, bend your back knee, bend your front knee, and reach your arms up. Keep your back heel rooted down. Exhale and release your hands. One more time with your fingers spread to engage the muscles of the arms. Bend your back knee, bend your front knee just a little bit, and exhale, release your hands. Step your back foot forward and step your right foot back. Again, it's a much shorter stance than we usually do in Virabhadrasana 1 because as you bend your back knee, You need to press the heel down into the floor and pull the inner heel toward the midline. Bend your front knee as well. Keep your back heel planted. Inhale, take your arms up and open your chest. And exhale, come toward straight legs, just standing tall. And again, bend your back knee, bend your front knee, sweep your arms up with your fingers engaged and spread to tone the upper arms. And exhale, come toward straight legs as you release your hands down. One last time with both knees bent. Reach your arms up, open your chest so fully, and exhale, straighten the legs and release your hands down. Now let's come to our belly. And for this one, find your strap on your belly. Roll to your right side and take the strap around the shin bone or ankle. Once you have that, hold on to the strap and come to your belly and pull the foot toward the pelvis, but reach your foot back away from the pelvis. You'll start to feel those muscles that really support the knee, those attachments, the quads. You really start to engage nicely. Spread your toes, reach your toes back. So you don't want the pull of the hand to out muscle the back leg, but you want a strong resistance there. And you can release out of the pose. Let's come to the opposite side. I'm just going to turn so that you can see the leg. You come to loop the ankle or the shin bone. Once you have the loop, you pull the strap as you reach your foot the opposite direction. So it's a nice engagement of the quads. I'm supporting myself with a nice lift of the left hand. Left arm is allowing my heart to open as I keep this strong engagement. You're pushing the foot back as you're pulling it forward. It's a strong action. And release out of that pose. Now come to sit, and we'll sit in the pose we call Baddha Konasana with the feet in this prayer position. So as you press the feet in this prayer position, you may find that the low back is really rounding, your shoulders are rounding. So a little elevation on a blanket or even on blocks will help you get nice and tall in your pose. As you refine your skill in action in the pose, your feet are engaged, your knees are lifting slightly up, and against that, the forearms are pressing down. So with the hands right at the shin bones, a little variation in this pose, just to, again, strengthen the muscles around your knees. Lift your knees up and press your forearms down as you lengthen the spine and draw forward just slightly. Now, if you feel like, oh, this is nothing, I can do so much more, then slowly lift yourself out of the pose and take your feet just slightly closer to your pelvis. Push your feet in toward each other, strong engagement there. Lift your knees up slightly to get a nice engagement in the inner thigh muscles and draw the forearms against that lifting quality of the legs to draw forward. So we're not dropping the head and rounding the spine. We're keeping the chin lifted, opening the heart nicely. And inhale, lift yourself up to come to lie down on your back. Take your strap around the base of the right toes and take your heel to the floor. Your toes are lifted. Keep holding onto the strap as you reach the foot straight. Inhale, take your right foot up toward the sky and give your hamstring just a slight stretch as you reach it, as if going over your head. Now, slowly do the same thing. Bend your knee, take your heel down to tap on the floor, reach your legs straight. Keep your toes very active and spread. Inhale, lift your foot up. And again, just a little bit more stretch in the back side of the leg before bending the knee. Tapping your heel down, keeping your toes lifted. Slide the foot to be straight on the mat. Inhale, lift your foot up and draw it slightly over your head. And slowly bend your knee and place your right foot on the floor as you find a way to strap the base of the toes for the left foot and have equal lengths of your strap so that as you start with the knee bent and the toes lifted, you slide the left heel on the mat, reaching it far away from you. And inhale, take your leg up slowly, draw in from the spread toes all the way to the pelvis and reach the toes a little bit farther forward before bending your knee. Tap your heel, slide your heel on the mat so your leg is nice and long before lifting your foot up. Draw your foot just a little bit farther so that you get this nice engagement of the front side of the leg. Nice skillful action allows you to lengthen the backside, the hamstrings. And last time, tap your heel down, let the heel slide down the mat so it's straight. Inhale, lift it up. Take it just a little bit farther. And slowly release the foot down. We'll do one last stretch. It involves the belt or the strap again. So take your right foot in the strap. Hold on to the strap with your left hand. Reach your left leg straight this time and cross the foot just slightly over. Right foot moves to the left now while keeping your pelvis on the mat. Spread your toes, reach your heel up to the sky, engage the full length of the leg from the spread toes to this engagement of the kneecap. Got a nice engagement at the full length of the leg. And now release to bend the knee Take the strap off the foot, bend both knees so that you can take your strap around the base of the left toes, reach the foot up, take the strap in your right hand, free your left hand, straighten your right leg, draw your foot just slightly across the midline. Again, keep your left hip from lifting up so this whole outer leg area feels a nice stretch. Keep the breath very open and free. Keep your toes engaged so all the muscles of the leg are engaged. And slowly release your leg back and reach your arms up over your head with both knees bent. Just enjoy a nice fullness to your breath. You can pause here for a moment. Yoga is skill in action. So stay skillful in your actions as you go about the activities of your day. Namaste.